All right, welcome back to Just Carve Rob, and today we are carving the other piece of 1x1 basswood, sliced in the half. It was halved. Cleaned up the back with my knife. We'll be using Beavercraft, OCC, and Flex Cut. Any combination of those. I'm using this Beavercraft because it has a real thick spine on the back. If you compare that to like your OCC, you can see the difference in the thickness of the spine. For roughing, we're just going to rough this out, right? So I drew the little flop of the hat on there already. So I want to round that over. And we're going to speed this up so it doesn't seem like it takes that long for you guys to watch. And get ready for the dreaded voiceover. And here we go with the dreaded voiceover. Over. Okay, so we're just taking, we're scoring the lines. We're putting in stop lines for the hat, for the flip-flop of the hat. Yep. And we got our finger knife, Just Carve Rob finger knife going there. It's made out of 51 or 52-100 ball bearing steel. Yep. And it's very hard. It's a very hard knife. It's a very sharp knife. It's been ground at like a 10-degree angle, so it doesn't like to roll because it's pretty thin. Now the Flex Cut, a little thicker blade. I believe it's made out of 1085, and you can see with the way it's shaped, it's easy to roll in the wood. We'll just keep rounding that over like that. And we'll work the flip of the hat over. And I don't know how much more of this you guys can take. Oh, it's so painful. Oh. I'll tell you one thing. When you only got like a 3-inch or less piece of wood, it's very hard to very difficult to hang on to with meat hooks, you know. Very hard. I got myself the Smurf through First Blood. Yep. But that'll happen later on, and I don't show it. So, but hey, even when you're used to playing with knives, make sure you can hang on to that piece of wood. And for me, it's kind of hard to hang on to that little 1-inch half piece of wood. All right, so this is going to take a while cutting this back. We're taking the sides off of it, so that, as before, the wood is not super thin right there, so it won't want to crack or break when you're cutting it. And we're just going to work on this hat a little bit more. And then we're going to draw the face on. Okay, I think that's enough of the hat. All right, so now we're going to draw in our face. And we're just going to try making this round like a ball, like a golf ball. Get it as round as I can, because we're not dealing with that much wood here. So we're going to start out with the micromotor with that little flame burr, little 3/32 flame burr, and just trace around the face, because we've got to go as deep as we can to get the nose to pop off. You know, the Smurf, that stick-like Smurf nose. I think a quicker and easier way of doing this would have been to drill a hole where you want the nose and insert a dowel. See, I'm carving the nose in by hand. I think you could just drilled it and put a dowel in there, you know, bigger than the size of the nose you want, so you could carve it down and shape it. But did I do that? No. Okay, we got the other micromotor with a diamond burr. Little diamond flame burr. You can get them from Amazon. Diamond flame burr. See, I'm having a heck of a time hanging on to this. Hanging on to this little piece of wood. I mean, it's little. It's small. 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 I'm going to flatten some stuff out with a diamond burr. You know, a couple of weeks ago, I went out of town. And I had to get a hotel room. Or should I say a motel room. And I got the key and I went in the room, you know. And it was a pretty long ride. So I'm like, well, I'm gonna go take a shower. So I go in the bathroom and the shower curtain's pulled. I open it up and here's this dead lady. Dead in a tub full of cornflakes and milk. Yep, she was dead in the tub. And the tub was full of cornflakes and milk. So, you know, you call 911, they show up. And the cops go in. And one cop comes out and I said, what do you think happened? The cop looked at me and goes, I think it's a serial killer. Boo! Get it? Milk. Cornflakes. Serial killer. No, none of that really happened. I don't go nowhere. They don't let me out. They don't let me go nowhere without my padded truck and my straight jacket. Okay, this is a pretty cool bird. This is actually an end-mill. Got it on Amazon. It's spiral. It's a one flute. It's a fluted spiral. Okay, not that great for shaping, but like the three cutter Chinese bird thing that you can get. I should have showed you guys one, but Jordan uses them all the time. It works good for cutting in your stop words because it's very pointy and it's very sharp, and it's made out of I think it's carbide and cobalt. I think the thing said. So it works good if you want to engrave metal. I got some new wrenches, you know, so I put my RV on there, you know, because I hate when my wrenches come up missing, you know. Yeah, that's right. If I'm coming to your house, I'm looking through your toolbox, see you got any RV wrenches in there, because they're going someplace. So I had to buy some more. And I'm the only one out there, right? I'm the only one who goes in that shop. And I don't know if I misplaced stuff that bad, or I sell a vehicle and I leave all the tools in it. I don't know what the heck is going on. I'm like, and my toolbox only has like snap-ons and Craftsman in there. Well, it's got some macro too, but so they're not. My tools are not cheap. So one wrench is like, okay, for like a 10 millimeter wrench and a Craftsman, it's like $18. You know, they always get you when you got to replace that 10 millimeter. Anybody that works on anything knows that 10 millimeter. I think they have a homing device on it, and after you use it a couple times, it just disappears. It's doused with magic or something, and poof, there goes that 10 millimeter wrench. You'll never see it again. Wrenches, 10 millimeter wrenches, and 10 millimeter sockets. I don't know if the vehicles like to eat them like licorice or what the heck is going on there, but they just seem to disappear out of my box. So anyway, with a half-inch wrench and 9/16, they always seem to just disappear. Now, don't get me wrong, I do have several different things set up with tools. You know, you got your light carving, you got your tools when you're at home, you got your tools to go on the road with you, or travel with you. And so you got like 4 sets of everything, all the way up to 1 5/16 wrenches, or what is it, 32 millimeter? Yeah, I got some big wrenches, and you know, you pay like for a set of them big wrenches in Craftsman. I think I paid like $400 and some back in the day. I mean, I bought them a long time ago for doing front wheel bearings. Because you got to have a big wrench, and to buy their special spindle wrench, it's like $85 just for the socket, right? So I just bought the whole big set to do that kind of work. And we're drawing in the hair. Nothing like griping. All right. So just kind of marking where we want that hair to kind of be. And I thought I held this pretty much in the middle of the table. But you know, you get going. You don't think you move around that much until you go back and watch what you did. And then you're like, holy cow, I got to keep cropping and cropping and cropping, and crops drop. Get it go, you know. So it ends up being like a crop fest, because I always zoom in after the fact. You know, after all the carving is done and it's editing time. In the dreaded voiceover. Yeah. You're like, man, you don't think you move around that much, right? But you do. I mean, 1 minute we're way to the left, next minute we're way to the right, and next minute we're off. Sorry about that, guys. And we're cutting the flop down. We move around a lot. From the face to the flop, to the face to the flop, to the neck, to the head, to the body. The head bone's connected to the neck bone. The neck bone's connected to the titanium plates. Well, in my situation it is. And we're just working that wood down for the hair. Small cuts, people, small cuts. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Once you chop it off, you can't put it back on. Oh, I got a good joke. But I probably offend way too many people with my joke. So I'm just going to keep my mouth shut, and I'm not going to say it. Nope, you can't make me say it. Stop trying to make me say it. You can't make me say it. I'm not going to say it. Oh. Yeah. Oh. You're not saying nothing, Rob. You're just moaning and groaning over here. Okay. So we put the guy down. Or the girl. We got our General micromotor with a little carbide, comes in them Amazon kit, single flute carbide cutter thing. And this is an 1/8 inch shaft, so you can just throw it right in your old Dremel and do her. What am I missing? Missing my ice pick. Because while I'm doing this voiceover, there it is. While I'm doing the voiceover, I've already got her painted and stuff. So now I'm going to go ahead and put the Mod Podge on the painted carving. I always like using Mod. If you're going to have it inside, use Mod Podge. It's cheap. It dries quick. And the reason I always put Mod Podge on it is it keeps the color from wanting to come off. You know, if you drop it or bang it or whatever. And shop inspector's moaning. She don't agree with me. The Mod Podge also helps for keeping them dust free. Right? You put the Mod Podge on it, you let it dry. You stick it on your refrigerator or car keys or whatever you're going to do with it. And when it gets dusty from sitting on the refrigerator or wherever it's at, wherever you got it hanging off your mirror or whatever, the Mod Podge lets you just take a damp cloth and get the dust off of it. Because with the paint and the little wood fibers, I don't like sand a lot. I mean, these little things just aren't worth putting that much time in, to sand. They're just not. You're not gonna. You're probably gonna give it away. So that's what ends up. I take a lot of these, and I when I'm out Walmart or whatever, they got the metal poles, got the handicap signs on them, or for the shopping cart corral thing. I'll just take them and stick them on there, so somebody can find themselves a little just carved rob piece of treasure. Although, all the times I go back, they're never on there. So somebody's taking them. Probably the store's taking them. Saying, who's that jerk sticking stuff on our handicap poles in our shopping cart corrals? They're probably just taking them and throwing them in the trash. That's what I would do with them. So somebody sabotaging our store. See, just constantly coming back and recutting. That's the way I operate. I get an idea in my head, and I just keep removing wood until it matches the idea in my head, or it's something totally else, something totally different from that idea, which, believe me, happens more than you think. Like this. I'm not going to say it. Yep, exactly how I had it envisioned. Yep, exactly. If I had a photocopier in my brain, this is what would have been printed out. Yep. Because nobody knows if it's right or wrong except the person that carved it, or the person that drew it, or the person that painted it. And if you're that person in all the categories, like me, you must have a loose screw in your head. All right. Okay, I zoomed in on it for you. It's like a cup burr. Okay, it's round inside, and it works really good for like cartoon characters have them round eyes. They're really not anything like a human eye. They're just kind of round. So that's what I like using these for, is like these little cartoon people. And there is a diamond flame burr. Man, I don't know about the rest of the United States, but man, we're being invaded by ladybugs. And when you squish them, they stink. Ladybugs. All right, so you can see we're getting those eyes rounded and round. Rounded and round. And the nose. Just bouncing around here. Don't know what I'm going to do about the body. And I'm like, well, it is Valentine's Day. You could always make it a heart, like you did with the other guy. The other little gnome guy, remember we gave him a heart with hands, and we're going to do the same thing with this one. Hey, if it worked once, it'll work twice, right? Right. That's what I'm guessing anyway. Get the hat sanded up a little bit. All that good stuff like that. Our next project, I've been challenged. Had a challenge from Jordy Johnson at Carving Fusion. Jordy did a little gnome bobblehead. See, I thought I was in frame there. All right. So we're going to sign it. Get our signature on there. And 24. Did I accidentally recopy this, or have I just done this so many times on the voiceover that I'm gonna have to go back and check? Nope, it's just me. I must have recorded this 8 or 9 different times, and this is the last time. Whether it flies or falls, I don't care. I'm done redoing this video. Okay. I wonder if my serial killer joke made it on. I don't know. So, bobblehead will be maybe next. Maybe not. I know Jordy called me out. So we'll have to see what we're going to do there. If we do carve a bobblehead, what kind of bobblehead do you want to see carved? So we're putting a little crooked smile on her. Dust on my phone. Doing that lower lip, getting that cut in. All that good stuff. Smoothing things out with that diamond burr. And we're going to go ahead and put some pupils in with that little diamond burr. And we'll take the pencil and give her some dots in there. That didn't work out too good, but you can kind of see where her eyes are going to be. Okay, I'm just cleaning up under that chin. We're going to give her a little bit of a neck. Like most of our gnomes, they're neckless. They don't have a neck. Their shoulders run into their hat, and so they really don't get a neck. But these guys here have, this one here it's going to have a neck. And we'll peel that hat back a little bit more. And it's just, keep shaping stuff till you get it about where you want it. Leave everything a little bit large. I know it's hard to do on these little tiny things like this, because like you don't got much extra wood to leave. You got to kind of bring it close to size. Side shot. Side shot. All right. Nibble a little more out from underneath that chin with the knife. A little on that side, a little on that side. Remember, we're trying to make that like a ball. And you got to go in so deep. Well, you can see how deep we are. We're a good ½ inch into this piece of wood. Which is, it all works out okay, but it ends up being really thin. There's the dress. And I was going to give her feet, but that's just not enough for the body. So let's go ahead and take shoulders down here. Both sides. Try to keep them even. So she doesn't look like she's Popeye and Sailor Man on one side and olive oil on the other. Pushing the hair back up under the hat. Like that there. Yep. There we go. Smooth off underneath the hat. Get rid of the, because we got knife marks from pushing the knife up under the hat. Okay. And now we're going to put the hair in. We're going to use that same cut burr because it's got a nice sharp edge on it. It's the same thing as using that inverted cone burr. But this just happens to have that hollow on the back side. Works real good for cutting hair in. And it's a diamond, so it doesn't rip the wood up that bad. You can see we gave her a part in her hair on the, well, if you're looking at her face on, it'd be the right-hand side. And we'll just cut those hairs in. You could do all this with a knife. But, I got this set up, so might as well go ahead and use it. Now I've got to deal with all the stray pieces of wood. Little slivers, like when you make the cut, if you don't make it back in the same place the second time, you end up with like a sliver that you can't get out. And we're rounding that bottom chin under. Take a little off the side there. See, that should have been more round, but nope, that's exactly how it's supposed to look. Exactly. Okay. So, I have no idea if this actually looks like a Smurf. Probably not. You gotta remember, Smurfs are all drawn in 2D, and we're doing 3D here. Okay, well, I thought I was recording, but apparently it didn't record. So I went through the wood burner, and I burnt in where the the dress is going to be, and I burnt in the heart and all that good stuff like that. And apparently, I know I hit the record button, but must not have hit it good enough. So just going to trace around it with the wood burner to get the heart in there a little deeper, because we want that heart to stick out about 3/32 of an inch, because then our hands can stick out about 1/16 of an inch above the heart. So it gives it that three-dimensional look, even though the hands are pretty flat. And we'll go ahead and burn them in. I should have turned down the heat for this part, because it did burn away some of the fingers. But what are you going to do? Put a little cooking grease on it and call it good. So we got a regular chisel here, wood carving chisel. I don't know who makes it. It don't have a name on it, so it's probably not a very good wood chisel. Probably something I picked up from one of the hobby stores when I first started getting into this. Okay, so we've got the micromotor with that flame carbide burr in it, the 3/32 burr, and we're just going to clean this up. Yep. All right, we're almost done with this video. We only got a couple more minutes of it. Only a couple more minutes, and that's a couple more than it needed to be, I think. I think I'll show you guys a short little thing at the end of it. And there you go, off screen again, of it all done and painted. And hope everybody has a happy Valentine's Day. All right? All right. All right. So here it is, the end of the video. Happy Valentine's Day. If I get it out today. If not, happy day after Valentine's Day. This is my attempt at a Smurfette. Yep. Put a magnet in there so we can just stick her to the refrigerator next to our other guy. So there she is. I painted the lips a different color blue, so you can tell it helps them stand up apart from the rest of the face a little bit. All right. Cheers, subscribe, like, be all you can be, and we'll catch you in the next one. All right. Bye. Hi, Spike. Hi, Liz. Hi, Amy Jo. Ba-deep. That's all, folks.